There is a specific second where your life splits into two. On one side is the person you've always been, safe, quiet, and hidden. On the other side is the person you are meant to be. But to get there, you have to pass through a physical wall.
The moment came to speak up, my throat closed. I heard that voice in my head saying, "Who do you think you are? Nobody cares what you think. Just stay quiet."
Heart pounding and my palms were sweating, and I walked across the room.
Today we're looking at the anatomy of that split second. The moment where your soul is scared, your body is screaming no, and you decide to say yes anyway. We'll start with Jennifer. She's an opera singer trained to fill massive halls with her voice. But in her day job in finance, she was shrinking.
Picture a very young version of me in the earliest days of my financial services career. I had rehearsed a market insight for days, but when the moment came to speak up, my throat closed. And the irony here, I'm an opera singer. I had legit spent years learning how to breathe, how to project, how to take up space on a stage. But in those meetings, I stayed quiet.
At the same time, miles away, Gregory is sitting in a crowded restaurant. He's not in a boardroom, but the stakes feel just as high.
I was sitting at this restaurant eating breakfast with a friend when I made eye contact with this woman across the room, and I knew that I needed to speak to her. So when I finished my breakfast, I got my receipt, I flipped it over, and I wrote my name and phone number on the back of it.
This is the scare your soul moment. The moment where thinking about it ends and doing it begins. It feels like a cliff.
Senior leaders were circling around one another, around a problem that nobody wanted to name, but I knew what it was. And I heard that voice in my head saying, "Don't risk it, zip it." But something in me sparked. And this time I allowed myself to follow it.
Courage doesn't start in your head. It starts in your body.
And I walked across the room. But here's the crazy part. She was sitting at a table with another man and a woman, and the man was talking when I got to their table, so I looked at him and I said, "Hey man, so sorry, can I interrupt for a moment?" And that's when I turned to this woman and I said, "Hey, you're really cute, which means you probably have a boyfriend, but if you don't, here's my phone number."
They didn't wait for the fear to go away. They took the fear with them to the table.
Then I took that steady breath, muscle memory from years of singing, and I said exactly what it was I saw happening. Just a single sentence, calm, clear, direct.
You've heard the split second. Now I want you to hear how those seconds changed their entire lives.
That single action changed my life. Not only did it lead to that beautiful woman in the cafe becoming my life partner who now lives with me, but it led to me giving a TEDx talk called How Being Bold Will Change Your Life, because those 10 seconds of terrified action showed me that fortune favors the bold and that the universe rewards bold action.
The whole room went silent. It landed. They actually listened and they thanked me for my contribution. And that moment changed me, not because I was brilliant, but because I finally trusted my own voice in a space where I had been doubting it. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's speaking up in spite of that feeling, taking one more inch of space up than feels comfortable.
Jennifer's one sentence didn't solve a business problem. It gave her a new career helping others find their voice. Gregory's 10 seconds of terrified action didn't just get him a phone number. It gave him a partner for life. Courage isn't a personality trait. It's a physical choice. So here's your challenge for this week. Find your receipt. Find your boardroom. Take up one more inch of space than feels comfortable. Scare your soul and see what the universe gives you back. I'm Scott Simon, and we'll see you in the next moment.